You pick the order. I'm happy to do it. You want to get Army Navy out of the way?
Sure. Let's do the board presented by FanDuel, all of one game.
It's a mighty board. We had a hard time choosing.
It's also the delivery of the week this week. It's brought to you by Hungry Howie's Flavor Crust Pizza, the official pizza of Cash the Ticket.
And it's also a salute to service, brought to you by... So, I mean, it's Army Navy is everything this week. Hope the sponsors are happy. So go ahead. It's Army laying 3. You can find 2.5.
You can.
Against Navy.
Total is what I'm sure you're very interested in. I've seen it as low as 27.5. Most books have 28.5.
It's 5-6 Army versus 5-6 Navy. If you're
CBS.
Yeah, and if
3 o'clock.
If you don't watch the YouTube, you're a bad person. Yes, that is an Army helmet above my left shoulder. Yes, I have an affinity and friends at West Point, but I will leave it out of this because it's no secret. We started the year betting against Army and took Louisiana Monroe. Rest in peace, Tommy Bowden. So here's the deal. Last 17, you want to give this out, the last 17 Army-Navy games, the under is 16-1.
And last year, if you bet it early,
you won.
You won. If you bet it closing line, you lost.
CLV.
Overtime. Remember, it was overtime.
I know. So how do you want to go about this? There's nothing really to preview, but you know what? Maybe going back to what we said preseason. Monken at Army caved to pressure, changed the offense. We're going shotgun with option principle. Really? You didn't have any quarterbacks all spring. One kid's playing baseball, one kid's flying a plane. Like, their offense has been a train wreck.
The guy they picked, though, is their leading rusher and their leading passer, this Daly guy.
Yeah.
He's been okay.
He's been all right. Yeah. Now, here's your problem. Army's a weird team. Yeah. Lose to Louisiana Monroe, get your ass kicked by UMass in a game I watched. Mm-hmm. It was terrible.
They got run all over.
And then somehow beat UTSA, albeit Frank Harris was gone, and they had a character from Friday Night Lights at quarterback. You go to Navy, what do we talk about? We're playing 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, they're all dinged up. Now, they may all be healthy this week.
Right, and they started the year this way. But Navy decided we're going to go to the shotgun. We're not going to. And why did both teams do this? Just so you know why they
Rule
did
change?
this. Yes.
The cut blocks. So
explain it to the people.
Well, you can't cut the way you used to, and the whole offense was predicated on smaller linemen, getting low, taking people out at the knees.
You can't go to the edge and take people's knees
Which is
out.
the triple option. The third leg of that is getting to the outside.
Further ruining college football, but I'll save that point for the state of college football where Jim and I are going to be wearing boxing gloves.
Sock 'em boppers.
Look, I don't particularly... Do I like watching this game? I do. Okay. I like the pageantry. I respect the shit out of the academies. I love the fact that the game means something. Now, I'm not asking a Bama fan who's used to watching high-level football care. Mm-hmm. I just enjoy it as one of these things that's so much bigger than the sport. These are guys that have designs in life that are way different than the NFL. And they're going to be the 4-star generals and 5-star generals, and they are badasses. And I do. I love watching it. I got a chance to tour Army's facility a couple of years ago. You know what this game means right away because it's not just Army propaganda. It's Army, Navy. Beat Navy everywhere. Beat Navy on toilet seats. Beat Navy in the chow hall. And as you exit the facility, huge graphic that says sing second, which is you won the game, you get your fight song last. Like, that's the stuff that I still love as an old head in college football. So with that said, I can't touch this game.
Not a total, not a side.
Jim.
Let me try to talk you into something.
Talk me into it, but from a side perspective, both these teams are terrible.
Yes.
I just gave them all the respect in the world.
You said all the nice things you need to say. It does feel like a capsule, like college football trapped in time.
Yeah.
Like this is that like fossilized version of the sport. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. Like it preserves a lot of what made this sport so lovable at the early stages.
Yeah, first live football game I ever watched in college was Syracuse Army, 1996. Like first game I was at. Mm-hmm. I don't know if people are aware of it. Grew up poor. I didn't get to go to fun games. So like, yeah, man, it's nostalgia for me. Talk me into what are you talking me into?
So I started the season week 0 betting on Navy in Dublin. Oops. But I want to end the regular season doubling down and taking the midshipmen in this game.
Because nobody's betting them?
Nobody's betting them. 2.5 matters, especially in this world, 2-point conversions and overtime and triple overtime. 2 and a hook matters. Here's the other thing. Army. You mentioned they got run over by UMass.
That was such a bad.
Boston College ran on them. They have one of the worst run defenses in the sport. So Navy, run the rock, play defense. They're the better defense in this game. Give me points. I mean, you said there's threes out there. Shop around and get your full 3, but I think Navy's the side.
I don't have a strong enough opinion to argue. I don't, and I'm
Army's
not making
number
fun
one
of you.
receiver, doubtful. And you're laughing like Army receiver. They throw it a little bit. He's their number one guy. If you need a pop play and he's not out there, that's a deal.
If you need a pop play.
Well, right, they're running
I'd like to lead you to the total being 27 points.
Could I make an argument? You won't do it.
What? Over?
Yeah. So the total has gone so low now that I think it's entered the conversation, do we dare go over? 3 of the last 4 years would have been over this total. And hold on, Army, new offense, they'll throw a little more. Navy, new offense, they'll throw a little more.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could, in good faith, hand out the over,
All right.
but I think it's a conversation for people to consider.